Hey, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create and customize your own Google Sheet within BuyBotPro. So there's two ways that BuyBotPro works with Google Sheets. One is you create one separately in your Google account. Maybe you already have some that exist, and then what you'll do is link them to BuyBotPro, or you can create a Google Sheet from within BuyBotPro. Now I'm going to show you how to do just that in this video and give you a few pointers, as well as showing you how you can customize your sheet. So it might be that you just want to, get a sheet ready with all of the bits in it that you want in there ready in the order that you want them in. So therefore creating a sheet from within BuyBotPro just makes sense to fulfill that. Now before we go ahead and do anything, it doesn't matter which method you're using, we need to make sure that we link up our BuyBotPro to Google by logging in to the relevant Google account. Now if you are creating all of your sheets within BuyBotPro, then this bit won't matter as much, but if you are wanting to link up your existing Google Sheets at any point, if you make any Google Sheets outside of the creation within BuyBotPro and you want to link them up, it's wise to use the same Google account that you are using for those sheets. So the Google account in here that you're logging in with should be the same as the Google account that you originally set up those sheets in. Just for ease, I would recommend keeping both the same at all times, regardless of which method you're doing. Now let's get right into it. So in order to create a sheet from within BuyBotPro, we just need to tap create, and we can go ahead and give it a name. So let's just call it this because that's the type of video I'm doing. And I would recommend to add in the default headers. The only time when you wouldn't want to tick this is if you want to add in all of the headers yourself from scratch. So the sheet will have nothing in it, nothing at all. And what you'll do is go to customize and you'll add in all of those headers one by one. However, if you want them all in there from the get-go, set up in the default order, then you can just tick this box right here and it will go ahead and make this sheet. So here is the sheet that has just been made. Now if we want to go ahead and open this up, we can go ahead and do so. So there we have it in our Google account, and these are the headers. So BuyBotPro's added them all in for us. We don't have to add any of these ourselves. As I was saying, if you don't add the default headers, so if we didn't tick that box, your customization panel would initially look like this. And then what you do is you just drag and drop the tags that you want, like so, in whatever order you want. And there is a column in here for each tag that we have, but if you want a bit of duplicate information at the end, so as you scroll along and check out the information for the product you've exported to the Google Sheet, if you want to see a bit of that repeated at the end, you can tap more and then add in extras at the end. So let's just reset that. So this is the default order. So we have absolutely everything in here. As I say, you can rearrange this, just drag and drop and it will move it around. And then if you want some duplicates, you can go ahead and add them in. To also make things a little bit easier for your navigation, you can have all of the labels in the default order, or you can sort by name. So it goes from A, and then you have everything in alphabetical order. Once you're happy with your customization, just tap OK, and your sheet is ready to go. You can start exporting into this. If you want things to auto export into the sheet, so basically as soon as BuyBotPro's analyze the item, it will automatically export to whichever Google Sheet you have toggled on. If you want to manually export to your Google Sheet, then you can just leave this off. The active toggle is more for your own understanding. So if you're not using this sheet right now and you don't want anything to go to it, then you can just toggle that off and then you'll know, yes, I don't want anything to go to that sheet. You can remove the sheet by tapping the bin icon here. You can clone the sheet, and you can also save the sheet into whichever file format you want here. Now something you might have noticed is this load from. So this can be done from within the column settings right here. So if we then tap add, what you can do is make a custom arrangement. So You can make a custom arrangement however you want, in whatever order you want, and let's say you prefer to use this order for most of your sheets. So to save you from going into each sheet you create and setting it all up from scratch, you can just set it in here in whatever way you want, save, and there we have our arrangement. So then if we go back into our Google Sheets, you may just want to refresh the page to make sure that it has that information there, load from, and the YouTube arrangement that we set, and there we have it exactly as we had set it up in the column settings. So it saves us a lot of time. We don't have to keep going into each of the sheets we make and changing it all around from scratch. We can just load an arrangement up. If you already have BuyBotPro open, I would recommend refreshing, so that way it will update with the newest sheet that you have added. So if we now go on to the Google Sheets export settings, there we have the sheet that we have just made. So let's go ahead, export it to that sheet and open it up. It will look a little something like this. So from there we can continue to use Google Sheets as we wish and keep adding stuff to our list. Just remember, once you've created your sheet and it is set in the order that it's set in, if you change anything, so for example, if we then move product name around with ASIN, so if we swapped product name and ASIN around, that won't reflect in the headers here. So we'll have to manually move them by just dragging and dropping that column. So you can reference what is in the customization if you do change it at any point down the line, just that way you're making sure you're moving things into the right place. But if you don't move those headers, it will export into the order that you have set in your Google Sheet settings. So please just bear that in mind. And that is how you can create a sheet from within BuyBotPro.